Welcome to Cine Here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nikki Tate.
And today, we are reviewing Justice League Dark Apokolips War.
Oh my god! Directed by Matt Peters and Christina Sota, this film focuses on the Justice League nonetheless after a fight with Darkseid in which many of the members of the Justice League have actually been killed, and a ragtag team must band together in order to save the remaining members and stop Darkseid once and for all. Now, if you're anything like me, you know that when it comes to Darkseid, like anything is up for grabs. He can destroy, change anything. And we know he is also impossible almost to fight. So you know this is going to be action-packed with them just trying, and you know that the results might be great. And we're here for that. We are here for that from the DC animated universe, because when it comes to animated superhero movies, they give us the best. And Justice League Dark Apokolips War, thank you, is the best of the best. In my opinion, this is one of the best animated DC films I've seen in quite a long time. It just raises the bar so much higher for the live action films. It's like, how do they catch up? How do they compete with this level of DC that we're getting in the animated films?
That was a question. They do the same thing, but just make it live action.
That has not been going well for them today. Do you have any other words of advice?
They haven't tried that. They haven't tried that. They haven't tried that at all. I would say that if you look at the past DC animated films, they were spectacular. And if they would just literally, they can almost go shot for shot and make it to a live action movie, I would have loved it as well.
Wow.
And we are at a point now where technology is possible to do that.
Shot for shot, you don't care about no creativity, just give it to me live.
Well, I'm just saying, like, let's say I've never seen the Red Hood, right? Let's say I've never seen that movie.
Oh my god.
Let's say I've never seen the animated movie The Red Hood. But let's say they did that live action, shot for shot. Would you have not loved it?
I would be.
That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, they can do it. They just, I don't know what the divide is between the animated movies and live action. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, whoever is there or whatever is there, that needs to get unplugged. But let me get to the movie. This is one of the best DC animated movies that's came out in a while. The last really good one to me, or I would not say really good, the last good one to me was probably Suicide Squad. That was probably the last good DC animated film. DC animated films, let me just say this, are what people look at for Marvel live action is what DC animated films is for the comic book, atmosphere, right? So they have been doing really no wrong. But as of recently, I would say maybe the last 5 years, most of the movies that have came out, I'm gonna say 5 years, because I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm definitely for the last 2 or 3 years, most of the movies that they came out with have been just okay, decent, and some of them not that good. This is clearly them being in that Red Hood realm, being in that all-star Superman level. Like this movie is on those movies level. Justice League Dark was also good, but this one took it to the next level. And I am a Superman fanatic. He is probably my #1 favorite hero out of all DC and Marvel and and other properties. So to see him in this movie is great. I love other Justice League movies, like when they add that extra thing at the end of it, like International or Dark, because it gives you the chance to see superheroes that you don't normally see. And I enjoyed that in this movie, and Constantine was the star of the show.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the other heroes that they focused on. So you mentioned Constantine. Superman, of course, is in this because they're fighting Darkseid. Gotta have Superman. You get all the other Justice League staples that come along with it, making an appearance, like Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Cyborg, Shazam, Flash, of course. And then we get a few people that we don't normally see, but we have been a lot in this current storyline, like Damian Wayne, Raven, and then also a sprinkle of other characters for however brief from the villain side, like Captain Boomerang, Bane, King Shark, and of course Harley Quinn. So there's a wide spectrum of characters, everybody kind of doing their part to take on Darkseid in a very believable way. It never always feels like Darkseid fully has the upper hand, but he is just such a threat, like Thanos to the Avengers, Darkseid is to the Justice League, and it's always scary times when you got to go against him.
I agree with you. I agree for sure. And I would say that this film, or yeah, I guess you can call it a film, it's definitely a film. This film was a breath of fresh air. DC has been going dark in their animated content for a while now, and I love it. I love the gritty feel of these superhero films and also some of the TV shows because it gives you that side that we don't really see in the comics often. I'm not gonna say the comics, you do see in the comics that you don't really see on the TV screen, but that you really do see in the comics. And it's starting to get gritty. You start to see that darker tones. I don't want to ruin any of the movie at all for the people that need to watch it because you definitely should watch it. But I want to talk that I do like that dark gritty feel of these movies.
Yeah, you don't even really give it justice, no pun intended. It is bloody. I mean, this is carnage at its finest animated, and I love it. I'm here for it just as you. I think it adds to the risk in the movies. It makes everything feel high stakes, which is good for getting you involved in not only the story, but the characters. And that is a beautiful thing.
For those who don't know, DC has been stringing all of the last, I would say maybe 5 to 7 films along to try to have a complete version of what's been going on. And I don't know if this is the last film in their animated spirit that they for this like section, but if it's not the last, it's definitely second to last. And most of those films, like I said, have not been that good, but the beginning of those and for sure the end were. I will have to give this movie Justice League Dark Apocalypse War an 8.5. I think that this was a very solid movie, and I literally got everything that I wanted from an animated movie. The only thing that could have made this movie better was adding other DC characters that I love to give it a bit more gravitas so that it can get to that 9 range. And it didn't also have that level of emotion that also get it in that 9 range, because usually when you're in the 9s, you gotta be touching the right spots from the emotional standpoint to really push you for the 9s and beyond. But this movie is in a great place, and I definitely think that it's worth buying.
For me, this film was a lot of what I wanted. I think a negative that you brought up was the emotion. Even though it felt like high stakes, there was a certain point in the film where I was like, okay, they are going to win. But I would have loved it to keep me on my toes. Like, give me a twist, do something I don't expect, take it to a point, in this film where it's like, oh my God, all hope is lost. And I never really got that. But still a phenomenal film, nonetheless. 8.6 for me, very close to where you are. Easily could have been a 9, but an 8.6 is still really, really good. That completes the review for Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. A mouthful, but definitely worth the watch. This is a new one for us. We haven't reviewed a lot of animated films, but we definitely want to get into that bag because we watch so many of them. It's kind of like, why not? Why not give you more content, especially about something that we love, and especially for DC films that are good and not just the ones that are bad. Let's call it what it is. If you like the film, make sure you like the video, make sure you leave a comment, we can have a dialogue, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell if you enjoyed this video, and you can enjoy some other videos brought to you by us. And as always, don't forget, you've seen it here.